Hello, art teachers. Let's make an alphabet book. I do this project with first grade, which you may already know from my other videos. I do a lettering project with every grade level. The goal of this project is to make quick illustrations for each letter of the alphabet and gather together in a little folder. I usually take 2 weeks to do this. Very rarely do students actually do all 26 letters. Some make 5, some make 10, and occasionally I get someone who does all 26. So when I present this project, I ask them, who here knows the alphabet? Or who here knows how to read? Well, of course, everybody does. So do you remember when you first learned to read, how you would sometimes use an alphabet book? Say, A is for, and they'll usually fill in with apple. B is for, often ball. And I'll just take them through a few letters. So I'm presenting this as not so much a project for them, because of course they already know how to read, but a project to help teach other kids how to read. Maybe they have little brothers or sisters that don't know their letters yet. So we're going to illustrate a book to show the letters of the alphabet. And you can take this time to talk about the author and the illustrator of a book. If you like to do read alouds, this would be the time to do a read aloud of an ABC book. I like to do at least 2 so they can see they don't all have to be the same. And I usually just play videos. There are any number of read aloud ABC books on YouTube. But by showing multiples, you can show it doesn't have to be A for apple. It could be A for ant. Having them come up with their own original ideas is part of the fun. Making the book is very easy. You can have them fold their paper or pre-fold the paper. I just use a piece of construction paper, usually with whatever color I have too much of. I've got a printout label that we glue to the front and another alphabet that we glue to the back. That's for crossing off the letters as we make. With this size book, you can print out letters 2 or 3 to a page. 2 is the perfect fit, but 3 is more economical. We take a look at my sample board and we talk about some of different illustrations that I've done for my alphabet book. And I'm telling you, the U for underwear cracks them up. For the first day, I have printed out with a big outline letter for them to color in. I recommend not going in alphabetical order because then you don't end up printing a lot of things that never get used. And also it helps people get past the idea that they have to do every letter in order. So when I have a child saying, I need an N, I need an N, you just say, no, just use whatever's in the pile. Take whatever one you see there. We could make your N next week. I make the letter big and also leave enough space for them to draw their illustration. Of course, printing letters is going to use up a lot of copy paper. So by the second week, I'm not giving them pre-printed sheets. That way I do not have to keep track of what letters have been used. And this is a great way to use up leftover paper of all kinds. A lot of times I'll use colored copy paper. You'll see a little bit of that later. Different weights, different colors, whatever scrap. And by the second day, they're perfectly comfortable of writing their own big letters there for whatever letter they need. This chart on the back of the book is for keeping track of when they have done each letter. As you know, some kids are going to want to go in exact order, and some kids are willy-nilly all over the place. But as long as they're engaged in their creating, that is good enough. So here are some of my friends hard at work. The level of detail and care varies with every student, and this works perfectly with that. We're not going for matchy-matchy. And here are some of my favorite illustrations. The little B for bee. I love this octopus. Some kids really like coloring in those letters. Some just ignore them. This frog is adorable. You can have them write out the words or not write out the words. It doesn't matter to me whether they do or don't. The kangaroo is good. And you can see this is a case where the student has drawn their own K. This guy cracked me up. He did peanut butter and jelly. I like to encourage them to draw themselves for whatever letter their name starts with. We've got a little mouse, and here's an example. You can see this is on a pink piece of paper because that's what I had left over. Now this next set is all by the same artist from this year. It was so good, I had to put it together as a collection. This guy has got goals. The first one he showed me was B for Bugatti, D for diamond. Then we get to the mansion and his wife. You can tell this guy's got goals in life because he has got a pet shark and a private jet. Dream big, Juvens. Although I'm not sure Zoe knows that she was part of the picture. But I think this set shows just how much the kids love this assignment, how you can use any kind of paper or materials And the drawings are quick and child size. One element I really like about working on this as a group is when a child asks me the question, what can I do for O? What can I do for L? I never answer them. I just repeat it louder. I say, hey, everybody, Jim needs to know, what could L be for? And I let the class answer, lion, lemon, love. Everybody gets sparking off of everybody else. They get inspired. And of course, you get some kids working really fast and messy, and some kids working very slowly and carefully. But everyone stays engaged pretty well for this one. So I'm Heidi Howe. That's the alphabet book. I have many other videos on lettering projects because that's one of my favorites. And I think I'm up to about 80 other videos because I am putting my entire curriculum online. Like and subscribe so you can go back and find them when you need them.